Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Last night we had quite a gnarly storm come across Tennessee, and we are out this morning. It is raining. We are going to assess the damage. Supposedly we had around 70-mile-an-hour straight line winds. I don't know if we got up to 70, but it definitely woke us up last night. Fortunately, we did not lose power. Oops. Wrong door. Fortunately, we didn't lose power, but we are going to go around this morning, assess any damages. I'm hoping we don't find any together. We're going to do the chores, and we've also got some work to do in the garden because yesterday was 70. Today's going to be in the teens, and we were going to get the garden ready yesterday, but with those high winds, we thought it would just blow everything away. So let's get the animals fed, make sure everyone's doing okay, the fences are okay, no trees, branches, or anything blown down on the fences, and then we'll go ahead and take care of the garden this morning, and hopefully we can kind of stay dry. Hey, you guys know how much I like the cold, so I'm gonna get me another jacket on. This is also supposed to be a rain jacket. I'd rather not be soaking wet all day. So we'll get bundled up here and let's go take care of these animals. Well, with all the rain we got last night, we shouldn't have many waters to fill. Their waters are full, but their feed bowls are full. You guys were down in that hay last night, weren't you? Good morning, Henry. Yep, the feeders are also full of water. That makes chores very fun, especially when we get over to the meat pen where we've got 20 different bowls with water. We did have to come out last night and undo the hoses because it's gonna get down to freezing, and I had forgot at evening feed, so last night we came and undid all the hoses, but it doesn't look like we're gonna need too many hoses with as much rain as we got. So first pen, we're doing good. Here they come. Rain, shine, snow, sleet, doesn't matter. They hear the cart. They are ready for a meal, so let's not keep them waiting. Get that filled up a little bit so we have enough. And I'm sure their water's good too. But I'm sure their feeders are full as well. So I love to see dry pigs when we've had rain and nasty weather. It's awesome knowing that they have good shelter. Oh good, this bowl had a slit in the side so it drained all the water. That was helpful, but it's nice seeing dry animals when we have nasty weather. So, morning Steve. Morning to Luis. Whew, just stepped in a hole. We were talking about moving to Luis and Joyce because we saw them getting bred again, but we are going to wait. It's supposed to be time, almost time for their heat cycles if they didn't take on their last breeding. Actually, it was Thistle, not to Luis. Hey Thistle, good morning. We were planning on moving them, but we've talked about in the past when you move them, sometimes they don't stay in the shelter. They'll get kicked out by the other pigs until everyone gets along. And now that we've got this beautiful weather for the next couple days, we didn't want anybody getting kicked out of shelter. So once this weather passes and we're back in the 70s the end of the week, we will switch those 2 pigs. Hopefully they've taken on their last breeding, but if they didn't, we're gonna get them switched. All right, here comes Peggy and Phil making the run out to the breakfast plate. And we are 3 for 3. Dry animals, full waters. Nothing wrong on this side of the farm. We don't have many trees over here, as you guys know. So I did not expect any issues on this side of the farm. We got a little morning bedhead. You're sleeping hard last night, huh, Peggy? That storm didn't bother you? That's good. Good morning, Phil. Good morning. Well, our only issue so far is a wet butt. All right, our 2 Oreos. Breakfast is coming. Leonard and Connie. Also dry. That is a great feeling. Let's check, well, let's get them fed first. I was gonna check their housing because this shelter here used to get wet, and Uncle Ken and I raised the floor in it last summer. And I already know, because they're dry, that it is not getting wet in there, and that is a good thing. This is the spot where most of on our property anyway, that we'll get down trees. We've got these white pines here that are really weak. This is from a previous storm, so nothing new. We do have issues on this fence over here. Good thing we stake our trampoline down. It's not going anywhere, and also works good for shade. Just got one little branch here on the fence. Might as well get that off while we're out here. And this area is good. This side has all of our, well, except for one pen, has our breeders over here. And soon we'll be heading to the farrowing barn up there. Got a little time. Connie's starting to get bigger, but there's time. We were thinking the end of April. And so we've got some time before we move them yet, which I'm glad, because this weather is not very conducive. We're a little bit wet. You can see the wind was blowing hard this direction, but they're bedded down right here. So these areas are pretty much dry because we built them up. There was a low spot, and so their housing was getting wet, but since we built that up, that's not an issue. So let's continue on. Well, it's mornings like these where they don't meet me at the fence because it is gross and cold outside. But they hear me coming, and they've all filed out of their housing and are ready to eat. I've got to empty 20-some bowls of water, and then we'll get this pen fed. They learn real quickly that when I don't have the red bowls, and when I flip a bowl and there's no feed that follows, they know just to wait until they see me come in with the bucket. Here comes what they want. It's coming, y'all. I always gotta set one, woo! Set one on the stump and carry the other. Now it's a little more difficult. Once we get food in a few bowls, we're good. I'll try not to fall with you guys this morning. There we go. Oh, I'm getting penned in. Oh, a little slippery. All right, we're in the clear. Oh, I forgot one bowl. This is the pen obviously everything over here in the woods that we need to check and make sure there's no trees down on the fences, no branches down shorting out the fence. But from just looking at it right now, it looks like we've avoided any damage, but let's get our other bucket and fill the rest of these up. Excuse me, you saving that for later, huh? Everybody should be happier now. And once again, everybody is dry. That is a good thing. These are obviously not piglets. Some of them are younger than others, but young piglets you definitely don't want to be wet and cold. I know I owe another scoop to this one. We always put 3 in the big pans for the pigs, but this area looks good, which I'm happy about. Looks like we avoided any downed trees on the fence and everything is good. Let's move on and get some chickens out. Everything good this morning? They don't run out as fast as normal on days like today, but here they come. Let's let this other side out so they're not wondering what's taking so long. Come on. Here we go. Chickens are out. This branch has been down, but our first sign of damage, and I'm happy. It's not much. A little branch here on the shade cloth. Not a big deal. But today is the type of day that we are going to have to come out around lunchtime and check and see any eggs, because we do not want anything to freeze. That was the one nice thing about having them in the barn. We didn't have that issue, but today we'll come out, make sure. We'll come out at noon and then again at feed time just to make sure none of the eggs freeze. Not a big deal. Come on, chick, chick, chick. I know you guys don't want to come out this morning. Still got to eat. All right. Not too thrilled to be let out of their coop, but they are doing fine. No damage. Starting to rain a little bit more. Makes this a beautiful morning. But chickens are doing good. Same thing here. We're going to check all the outside coops just to make sure we don't have frozen eggs today. Nothing flipped. We did have a time when we first moved here. We probably got it on video many years ago, so you have to go back and look. But we had a duck house like the chickshaws and we had a straight line wind that flipped our chickshaws over, and that was a real exciting evening. We ran out in the freezing rain and flipped them back over so at least they could get into their shelter. Fortunately, nothing broke and they were good, so no damage. We just need, I don't know if you can see that or not. Is that snow? Ew. They did say we were gonna have some flurries today. Looks like they've arrived. Let's go check out the brooder. All right, this is one of the reasons I was able to sleep pretty decent last night, knowing we had no young chickens out on pasture. Obviously these birds are not fully feathered out yet anyway, so they wouldn't be on pasture, but this keeps me from wanting to get more chickens earlier in the year. I do not want to deal with these spring thunderstorms, and I've got poultry out in the pasture. Even fully feathered out, if they get wet, if that tarp rips off, I know you guys are hungry, aren't you? If that tarp rips off, these chickens would not do good outside. So let's get them fed and watered, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the young chickens. One of the reasons that I think we've done a lot better with losses are no matter if these have water in them or not, we rinse and clean them out every day just because the temperature inside the brooder, that water is not staying nice and cool. It warms up as the brooder warms up, and that means their water is warming up. And so even if there's water in them, we clean them out and fill them up. All right, these voracious eating and growing chickens. These chickens are almost 2 weeks old. That means next week we will have our next batch of 100. And this time of year, these chickens will probably stay in here at least 4 weeks just because of the uncertainty of the weather. This time of year, we want to make sure that they are good and feathered out before they head outside. But thrilled to be able to have them in this brooder. I do not like the brooder just because I want them outside, but this time of year, they would not do well. And then we've got these guys that are 3 weeks old already. They are doing just fine. A little more skittish than the Cornish cross. The Cornish cross, they just want to be out there eating and doing what they do. These guys, when we open it up, they can wait to eat. They're a little more patient until we leave, and then they'll come out and do some eating. But those are the black sex links. If you haven't followed, those are our replacement layers coming up here. We'll get these shut down. Brooders are good. I guess I did shut this down already, didn't I? Brooders are good. We got the other egg laying section cleaned out. When we move those layers out, we've got it cleaned out, and it does smell a lot better in here. So we may set up another brooder in here. We'll open this up. I've got the door taken off. We'll set up a brooder in here for the next batch of Cornish cross until we get these ones out, and then we'll clean this and use this brooder again. But thrilled that they're inside. Whenever spring hits and we do start getting them outside, when we get storms like that, it stresses me out at night. I feel like I can hear the wind howling. Feels like it's gonna blow our house over, so I can only imagine what it's like for the birds outside. And they're sheltered. We have tarps all around them, but if a tarp rips off, that's the problem. So feeding is done. Let's go take care of this garden. Well, here's our biggest damage of the day, and it's down on the path. A lot better than being down on a chickshaw or a fence. We can get that cleaned up and handle that with no issue. All right, as far as the garden, we started getting some things ready and covering up some of the plants that we've got going last night, but we didn't want to put the straw out because of the high winds. We thought it would just blow off, but what we did, we've got a bunch of snap peas here that started sprouting, and we cut the bottoms out of these bottles and pushed them down over top of the plants that had started to sprout, and we are hoping that is going to work. I've got to cover up our strawberries, and I think we've got a little bit of lettuce in these two circles right here that I need to get covered up. So we had a customer from our markets had a bunch of extra straw that they didn't need anymore, and we can use it. So thank you. We got the best customers. They give us veggie scraps for the animals, hay for things we need on the farm. It is awesome. So we read that these would be fine if they weren't flowering, but we have got some of these strawberries that have started flowering, so that is why we're covering these up. We're still learning as we go, so we'll see if this helps them out. Don't know if it's too late or not, but if we didn't try something, this is the blueberries. Some of them had some flowers on them. We got some feed bags staked in around them. We ran out of straw, so I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, our gardening is kind of learning as we go. Here's some of the strawberries we didn't get. We've got 4 of the beds mostly covered, and then these little bit of lettuce here. I put our chicken moving crates down over top to hopefully help them out. So we'll see. This is definitely not a how-to channel in gardening, but there we go. That is finished. Starting to ice and kind of sleet a little bit here. So we've done what we can, and we'll see what makes it. Jamie has been on me to build a little greenhouse, and we're thinking about putting it right here in the middle. So I guess this is a sign that I need to get that done. But anyway, all the animals are well. Chicks are doing well. Hopefully the garden will do okay. Not a lot going on outside today, that is for sure. We'll come back out at noon, check eggs, feed this afternoon, and most of our stuff is going to get done inside today. So hope you all are having a great week. Don't forget to make the change, and we'll see you on the next video. Well, just in case you were wondering, we obviously got the snow. So much for spring.